Welcome back to another episode of Detective Comments, where comics meet the real world. I did a little video about lanterns the other day, but again, people that have really popular channels and proclaim to be interested in lovers of films and comic books and games and so on and so on, they really have a lot of vitriol and bile, don't they? And again, lanterns is, I just don't think these people like DC particularly. I don't know if they like Marvel. I'm not saying that people that don't like DC are Marvel fans and vice versa, because Marvel and DC fans do get quite aggressive when it's like Star Trek and Star Wars fans. But I don't know that they don't. I don't know that. But you get the impression they don't like DC because of all the bile and hatred they spill out about a television show that was it 9.3 million views over 3 days. Something like 6.6 million views in the US in the US alone over the same time period. It surpassed The Penguin, that had 10 point something million views over 10 days, and it's one of the top 5 highest HBO shows ever. It's rated fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with 95% and the 83% viewers ratings. All of that can change. Obviously, ratings as the show goes on, things can drop, but Rotten Tomatoes, generally speaking, if something's rated fresh, it's very rare that it drops from that setting to below. It does happen, but it doesn't happen often. So the chances are it's going to stay pretty steady around that time. Viewing figures might decline, there'll be people that tuned in and then won't tune in again. That happens. But I think it's fair to say it's probably going to have a canny, steady run, and it's probably going to get a second season. And generally speaking, it's been really well received critically and by viewers, comic book lovers and non-comic book lovers alike. But you've got shows like Hard Cut, is it Nerdretic, Daily, Jordan Lucas, Mitcha Hayes reviews, the Loftus Party. I'm sure it's not Loftus, it's up the road in Teesside. And he put it's over for me, I'm done. They only do it for clicks, likes, and money. That's the only reason they spike this bowel and hatred. And that's fine. If you don't like something, don't watch it. And if you watch it and don't like it, don't feel the need to go on social media to tell everyone how much you hated it and how crap you thought it was. Having worked, fortunately, in the film industry during the pandemic, I saw how much work goes in behind the scenes to make a television show and a movie, all the hard work. And I don't mean the actors that get paid like $80 million for doing naff all and just repeating lines that someone else has written for them and stuff. I mean the people that actually work hard to make the film. Nobody sets out to make a bad film or a TV show, and some might resonate more than others with viewers, and that's just the way it works. Same with books and anything creative. But they work really hard. No one doesn't work hard on these things. But to see all the bile and vitriol that, again, is coming out about lanterns, which is totally unfounded. You saw it for Supergirl. People... And that's the thing. Mike Zero is the biggest person of this. And I used to watch Mike Zero, but then I twigged onto the fact that pretty much everything he says is total bollocks. There's never any truth to it. And he only says it for clicks, and to monetize his hatred. He's had a video out about Millie Alcock started saying crazy things since Spider-Man hit $1 billion at the box office. I did a Google. There is nothing anywhere about Millie Alcock saying naffle about anything, really. There's loads of stuff about her, but none of it's negative. And then there was something about the Warner Brothers CEO was raging in public after Spider-Man hit $1 billion. Again, I did a quick Google search and I even asked ChatGPT. I said, is there anything that, it connects to this story? And they went zero on the internet. Now, again, if someone can find something that says the opposite, by all means, share it to me. But it doesn't appear to be anything. He just makes this shit up because he's obviously full of hatred and doesn't enjoy anything. And I don't understand why people have to bring down other people's enjoyment of stuff. I mentioned in my other video, I went to see Batman and Robin 6 times. I just love stuff. Kelly and I loved the cinema version of the Justice League. Yeah, of course. The mustache removal and stuff was blatantly obvious. I'm not a fool. All of that. It did pull you out of it a bit. But we still enjoyed some great... I still think a great scene is where he spots the Flash running when he's grabbing them all at the monument. Zack Snyder's Justice League was 100 times better, but people still didn't even like that, and that's fine. I'm a DC fan, but I've really enjoyed loads of Marvel films. I'm not a Marvel comic fan, but I openly admit Marvel have nailed the movies consistently far better than DC ever have. Do I think that because Supergirl didn't do what it was expected to do, that James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC universe is collapsing? No, not at all. And I think Lanterns just proves it. There's really good, consistent quality. Marvel have had missteps as well. Marvel have had loads of missteps recently. But they've nailed... there's loads of Marvel films that I love. One of my favourite films, regardless of being a comic book, is The Winter Soldier. I think it's absolutely amazing. I enjoyed the Captain America films probably more than most of the others, but Winter Soldier and Civil War I love, but Winter Soldier particularly, I thought was fantastic. So I can see the beauty and the joy in all of them, because I just love that medium and I love that genre and everything about it. But I'm first and foremost a DC fan, and I always will be. But I don't rag on the Marvel films that I see and I didn't particularly enjoy. I wouldn't dream of going on social media and saying, oh, that was rubbish, oh, what a crap film. Because no film's crap. You might not enjoy it, it might not be your cup of tea. But like I said, no one sets out to make something bad. So this video and my feelings are not going to stop all the haters hating, because that's how they get their money, and fair play them. If that's how people like to live their lives and make their financial security by just ragging and hating on other people and other mediums and other things that are doing really well despite that way they want you to think, then that's fine. They're obviously a little bit sad in their own lives. But this channel and In Plain Sight were always about bringing balance, finding the positivity in a world that is so full of negativity, and I just will not play that game. Lanterns will not be for everyone. Viewing figures might drop. Some episodes might be more stronger than others. That happens in TV shows, of course it does. I'm not going to say it's going to be consistently great. I don't know. I've only seen the first episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it. I'm really excited how they're taking the Green Lantern mythology and working it into the storyline and the setting that they're doing. I'm excited for all that. I'm excited to see what happens. And I know there's lots and lots of people who are too. So as Taylor Swift said, haters are going to hate. That's absolutely fine. It's a shame that that is how you get your clicks and likes and make your money, by just hating on stuff, really. It's just a bit sad when there's so much to enjoy about things if you just allow yourself to. Or they don't really hate it and they're just saying it for attention as well, which I think might be actually worse. But if you haven't seen Lanterns, it's worth checking out. A bit like Battlestar Galactica. It's set in a comic book world, but it's not overtly comic book in nature, so you may find something to like in it. If nothing else, Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler are fantastic, and they have really, really good chemistry in it. Kenny McDonald's great as well. And it's full of twists and turns, and it's great. And if you are a comic book fan and you're enjoying it like I am, I can't wait to see episode 2, which I think is Sunday. In the UK, it might be Monday, I don't know, but we should be able to access it on Monday. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with it. I'm looking forward to Clayface from DC Studios. Certainly looking forward to Superman Man of Tomorrow for next year. And I really enjoyed Creature Commandos as well. So if any of those things appeal to you as a comic book fan and a DC fan, then I do suggest checking them out. And if they're not your cup of tea, that's absolutely fine too. But the Lantern Show isn't doing as bad as all of these people like Jordan Lucas, etc. will let you believe. So don't believe the hate. Take care. See you later.